In a peaceful meadow tucked between tall sunflowers and swaying grass, there lived two very different colonies. One was a bustling anthill full of hard-working red ants who built intricate tunnels beneath the earth. The other was a buzzing hive nestled in an old oak tree, home to golden bumblebees who floated from flower to flower gathering nectar. Though they lived close by, the ants and the bees never spoke.
The bees fly too high to understand our lives.
They're always underground, too hidden to be trusted.
But not everyone agreed. A curious young ant named Pip watched the bees from a leaf every morning. Their wings shimmered like sunbeams, and their dances in the air made Pip's heart flutter. One bee caught his attention, a cheerful bumblebee named Bobo. Bobo liked to hum little tunes as he worked, and often landed near the anthill to sip dew from nearby petals. One day, Pip worked up the courage to wave his antennae at Bobo.
Hi, I've seen you watching. What's your name?
I'm Pip. Your flying is amazing.
And you dig such neat tunnels. I wish we could talk more, but, well, our families don't like each other.
I know, but maybe we could still be friends?
That's when a sudden gust of wind blew over the meadow, tossing petals and debris through the air. A sharp cracking sound echoed across the field. The old wooden bridge that connected the ant-hill side of the meadow to the flower field had collapsed. It had been the only safe passage for bees to collect sweet nectar from distant blooms. Pip and Bobo rushed to the edge.
Oh no! Without the bridge, the worker ants won't be able to collect food.
We bees can't land near your tunnels anymore either. The wind shifted a lot of our flowers. Everything's messed up.
Maybe we can build something. Together.
You mean us?
Yes, us.
And so, a plan was born. The next morning, Pip tried to convince the Ant Council to let him work with Bobo.
Unthinkable. We don't deal with flyers.
If we don't rebuild the bridge, our food supply will shrink. We need help, and Bobo wants to help.
Meanwhile, Bobo faced his own challenge with the queen bee.
You want to build something with ants? Try if you must, but don't drag the whole hive into it.
They're smart and brave. And the bridge helps everyone. This could be good.
Despite the resistance, Pip and Bobo met at the broken bridge every morning. Together they studied how the original structure worked. Pip gathered twigs and leaves, while Bobo collected sticky sap and dropped it from above. They worked hard, but progress was slow. And then, one afternoon, it rained. The sap washed away. Twigs turned to mush. Their half-built bridge collapsed again. Pip sat in the mud, antennae drooping.
Maybe they were right. Maybe we're just too different.
No, we just need to learn from each other. Ants know structure. Bees know support. What if we used both?
The next day, Bobo brought wax from his hive. Pip rallied a few brave ants to help organize the materials. Together, they built a new kind of bridge-strung twigs held by ant-built scaffolding, glued with beeswax and sealed with resin. Each day, more ants and more bees came to watch. Some even offered help. They brought petals for shelter, bark for stability, and eventually curiosity turned to cooperation. After 10 days, the new bridge stood firm across the stream. Ants marched across in rows, carrying food from the far flowers. Bees flew alongside, showing them the safest paths. The meadow thrummed with new life and new laughter. On the day of the grand crossing, both the ant colony and the beehive gathered near the bridge.
Pip, you surprised us. This bridge is strong, useful, brave.
And you didn't give up, Bobo. You've made us proud.
From then on, the ants and bees were no longer just neighbors. They became partners. Pip and Bobo remained best friends, exploring the meadow together and solving little problems between their people. The bridge they built stood not just as a way across the stream, but as a symbol of what could happen when two unlikely creatures dared to understand each other. And whenever a breeze passed through the flowers, you could hear Bobo humming and Pip laughing as they raced from bloom to bloom, proof that even the smallest friends can build the strongest bonds.